place. I'm doing fine, I'm feeling great. You're not my fan, you can't relate. Straight talk going, stay not safe. Before you cross me, look both ways. Leaving the scene with no trace, none in my league. You out of place, I'm not at the top, I'm outer space. Can't eat with us, we're out of place. I'm doing fine, I'm feeling great. You're not my fan, you can't relate. Straight talk going, state to state.
All right, guys, it's your host, your boy, George Mackay. I'm back here, but this time I got a different guest. This is none other than the one, the only, Stratos Fear. How are you, my friend?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm a little hot.
It's a hot one today, eh? Yeah, absolutely.
A canvas is like a flat top, a real.
Right. So it's almost like you're being a real life burger patty, if you will.
I am, man.
Yeah.
It's weird because I do that.
What's it like wrestling in climates like this? I mean, you Superkick'd especially, you guys are more adverse to like the outdoor shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess we are, but when you do a real hot day, I guess it's like one of those like, you just gotta do it, right?
Suck it up.
So yeah, exactly, right?
Like the line from Mighty Ducks 2. Now slug some water, take a break, get out there and do it again.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, whatever. I'm just being a bitch.
That's cool.
That's all it is. I'm like.
No, it was exciting to actually see you wrestle for the first time in a very long time and actually be able to call you and introduce you to the ring.
Yeah.
Super bucket list moment for me.
You did a great job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
You have the voice for this.
I do. I have a voice for radio. I have a face for radio and a voice for radio.
Exactly.
That's absolutely. Yes. We all know the better half is the mini host.
Yeah.
And she's my daughter. Shout out to my little girl. I love you so much. But listen, one of my questions for you right off the bat: what has the pandemic been like? Because you've been involved in a lot of very creative things here in Ontario Indie. Backyard Pro, for example, one of my favorite things that a whole bunch of Ontario indie wrestlers got together, collaborated on with the direction of the Tarantino of the Ontario Indies, Von Vertigo. What was it like? Especially one of my favorite sequences was you and Wheeler outside Fortino's with the Honda Civic. So talk to me about all that and how that character came to be.
Well, that character was a real character of mine growing up. I'm a little older, not to age myself here, but I grew up in that era of backyard wrestling, right? We all did it. And I had multiple characters growing up, and one of them was Jimmy Fortino because of the Fortino shopping bags. I was a kid. I could use it as a tank top and it would rip it. And it was just Jimmy Fortino. I did the 1, 2, 3 punch, which I did to Jeff was it, which one was it?
Jeff Wheeler.
Jeff Hardy? Is he Jeff Hardy?
Geoff Hardy.
Geoff Hardy, right. I'm horrible. So I did it because that was like I used to wrestle my brother and our friends, and that was one of my finishes. It was the 1, 2, 3 punch, Jimmy Fortino. He was Italian, obviously. And then when the idea came about it, I was like, yeah, I want to make Jimmy Fortino, but like a jerk. But you grew up with that Gino, like.
Oh, you want to go Gino with it?
Like
okay,
Gino,
I can go
right?
Gino with it.
Well,
oh, bro, you're hurting.
Yeah.
What a bird. Oh.
Like Club Palazzo.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of stuff. Because like you grew up in that era where you knew about it. You listened to like Joey, Stevie B, those artists, right? That,
and
like,
Tony Monaco, live
Tony
to air,
Monaco,
plastic lounge on a Friday.
There you go. So like I know about that. I'm very versed in music, but like I always knew about that stuff, and like I don't care. I listen to everything. So it was always funny, but the culture was always so funny to me. It's like, holy, like relax, right? Always outside of Tim Hortons, like lawn chairs. That was like a night. You gotta go to Tim Hortons, you gotta sit outside, drink a coffee, and be there all night listening to freestyle.
Oh yeah.
But back up with Jimmy Fortino. So my brother, he had a character, which was I forget his name, but he had Gino World Order. He made like GWO, like the NWO font. And he was the guy that was the Gino, like the Kappa pants and stuff. So I took that element, built Jimmy Fortino, and it just naturally came out. I cut a promo, and then Vertigo was like, okay, we're rolling with this. It's like, come here, we got to film this promo up in like his area. That's the introduction to me with my real car. That was my real car. I bought that during the pandemic because I didn't want to take the subway. I was like, I'm going to work, and my dad's like, hey, you want like a $500 car? I was like, yeah. And he showed me, I was like, he's like, cheap on insurance. I was like, okay. I look at him like, this is perfect.
It's perfect.
Like, what's up with the blue? I don't know. He's like, I don't know. Like a buddy of his. So I'm like, perfect. Then when the promo came, like blue lines, Missouri blue, right? Why not, right? I think the hatch doesn't even work. And whatever was in that car was literally what my dad was using it for. Like there was like shot glasses already in there.
Oh, nice.
My dad plays soccer like 4 times a week, so I guess after games they always like shoot
little
shots.
prop,
Yeah. He's a
absolutely.
Greek, right? We're Greek.
Oh.
I'm not even Italian. So,
Yeah,
but there's everyone there. So everything in that car when I was throwing the promo was just literally like there. It wasn't planned. Nothing was planned. And
That's
like,
amazing.
yeah, shots. It's my dad's shot class.
But you gotta love it when moments like that happen, right? When it's just like out of the blue, but it works. And it works with the timing. But being around all these creative minds, especially during a part where the world was so unsure of everything, that must have kept all of you guys going, right?
For
it was
sure.
something to look forward to.
It was something because it's not like you could do weekly shows anywhere, and it was fun to do that because it was fun for me doing this different character. A lot of people don't know that I could do or whatever, and that's cool for me to showcase that. But it's also like it was even like Vertigo was like, I don't understand what that is. I'm like, don't worry, there will be a specific group that, of course, you knew will understand it and know that it's a funny thing, and it apparently became like bigger than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be like a little niche thing, but apparently there's a lot of people like, I know exactly what kind of person that is.
Oh, absolutely.
So that was cool.
There was so many. There was the Forgotten Property Brother, which I always told Al Bruno jokingly, you look like a property brother. Bone Crusher Steve Brown, Travis Moore. There were so many great collaborative minds, but a lot of things also happened too over the pandemic. One of them being the speaking out movement, where a lot of like I guess the behind the curtain nonsense kind of got not so much wiped clean, but definitely called out on, which is great. When you see that, finally, I mean, in this day and age where everyone is so sensitive, but sometimes so afraid to speak up, when you see a whole group of community coming together, what's that mean for the future of pro wrestling, specifically here in Ontario?
Well, I think it's obviously a positive direction. I mean, times are changing in a good way, and, I feel like with wrestling, it's very like, well, we don't have to change anything. It's that old, it's got to be that way. And then, I feel like there are certain elements, but when it's coming to, a Me Too thing, you get out of here. That's ridiculous. It's time to evolve and,
I like it.
Sorry.
That's the best. That's the best way.
There's a lot
That's the
to it,
best
like-
way to answer it. It's time to evolve. Now, being Greek, you guys know your food.
Oh, yeah.
And I love Greek food. Like, I'm not going to lie to you now. I'm not going to try to assault you in any way, but any chance I can get to go get gyros, I'm all about the gyros.
Well, they're gyros.
Gyros. Okay, see? There you go.
Give me gyro next, right?
Gyro, gyro. No, but I love the gyros.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that, especially the tzatziki.
Where are you getting
the
them?
onions? Well, I only have a few choices in Brampton, but there's one place used to be called Simpatico, but they actually closed. But there's another Greek place. It's like a mom and pop green paste. Okay. It's not like a Jimmy the Greek, but it's something similar to that. But it's more mom and pop based. It's not a franchise,
That's the best.
and that's great. But I mean, obviously, the best place to get any Greek food is the Dan Fork, downtown Toronto. What would you, if I was somebody that was trying to experience Greek food for the first time, what would you recommend for a first-time trier of Greek food?
Like what dish?
Yeah,
Or just
what would you like if I had never had Greek food in my life,
Honestly,
and you were like,
you
George,
got
let's
it,
go out.
Yeah. Well, you would have to get like a gyro and a pita, or even like chicken or pork. It doesn't matter, but it's got to be something in a pita, and it's got to be like more traditional. If you get fries in it, okay, that's a little more like of a North American take.
That's
but
a
like
Munchie
the straight
cake
up,
thing, for
yeah,
sure.
But I think that you have to start there, and you get the basics. The tzatziki, onion, tomato. If you want some fries in your shirt, but no feta, no lettuce, none of that stuff. Just in a pita.
Just in a pita.
There's some good places. So like Massini's on Danforth is
Yes.
they load it up too with a lot of stuff. But if you get just a standard, pretty damn good. Alexandro's I love. I love that place. I like even the one on the lakeshore.
Yes,
next to,
I've eaten at the one at the
Captain
Lakeshore.
Ritter.
Amazing.
And it's grimy, sure, but there's something like that grease, not the country, but the grease that's in the food.
Yes.
Is like it makes it
Absolutely.
like it's homebody,
Absolutely, it absolutely does. So, in terms of thus far, coming back to more of a regular schedule, wrestling shows are happening a lot more frequent. The world is as we are right now, standing close together, mask-free, but still being respectful of each other's space. Not going to get right all up in there. But what is it like to be back at these weekly shows and doing this kind of stuff, from the outdoors to Superkick'd running like full tilt again? It's got to be just so refreshing to get back to that after 2 years.
Fair, and I'll be honest, it's also just so because we've been 2 years, even more. It's still you're kind of coming out of this is this okay? Is this okay? Yeah. I do believe it was a thing. It was a very intense thing, and I like you said, respecting our things and our space and. Are we in the clear? I guess we are. It's coming towards there. We're near the end.
Well,
there.
monkeypox is around the corner,
I know,
apparently.
That's another thing. So to get that, we'll just bunk up, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just very happy that I'm doing these things. But I got to be honest. Sometimes I'm like, we good? been in this room over here. Am I ready to come out? So.
It's like Groundhog Day, right?
Yeah.
Coming out to see if you can see.
You're like,
I see
"Are
my
we
shadow.
good?
No,
Are
no,
we
I'm back in.
good? Are we good? And yeah, like doing this has been great. Like I even went to a concert.
Oh, nice. Would you go see Avril Lavigne?
No, not at all. No, I did like a couple, but saw Alexis on Fire. They did like History.
Fantastic.
But even then, it was like, we good?
Yeah.
We good? We got over in this like, okay, like, and recently I saw the Flatliners.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was at the Hard Luck, so it was like small and intimate, which was funny too, because you're like, I'm up against people.
Yeah,
I'm like,
those kind of
Alright,
venues
alright,
are really
yeah.
like, especially you got to be cautious of for sure
Yeah.
in this climate. But that's amazing. You said you were a connoisseur of music, and obviously you mentioned like I'm a big fan of Alexis on Fire. I also like City of Color. I like their side project for sure. The acoustic stuff is more my speed. But what else are you into besides like Alexis on Fire, the Flatliners?
Joey, no.
Stevie B.
I do love Stevie B. That was great.
You know any Stevie B songs off the top of your head? I do.
You know what's funny? I don't right now. I can't. What do you got? What do you got?
I got what is it? I got a letter from the postman the other
Yeah,
day.
yeah, that was a good one. But
Yeah.
that was in what was that movie? The Guest.
Yes, yes.
That soundtrack to that's amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Postman the other
Yeah.
day. Yeah. What a song.
So depressing yet so beautiful at the same time.
Oh, big time. Lately, like, man, my phone is like my source of music, obviously. So on iMusic, like, here, I'll just be real with you. Latest album I've been really listening to is a band called Weapon X.
Okay, yes,
Like
I
a
actually
straight
do,
edge hardcore?
yeah, I do have a couple of their tracks on my phone. Yeah,
There we
absolutely.
go. Yeah, I've been listening to the new demo.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Very like that old throwback straight edge hardcore. I'm straight edge, and it's nice and refreshing to hear like a new band that's like still pumping out that vibe that I like turned straight edge to when I was very, very young. Like, man, that era of straight edge music growing up with like Carry On, Champion, those bands were a big deal to me. Obviously, Minor Threat being one of the bases of like the straight edge movement,
Right.
And like Bad Brains too. I love those bands growing up. But I grew up with a bunch of stuff. Like I still listen to ska punk because I grew up. I went to Warped Tour like almost every year from like '98 to the end. Like went right to the end.
Yeah,
I was
man.
an old man there, and all these kids were there. And I'm like looking at like one band, like Terror was playing. I'm like, these are my guys. You know what I mean? What else am I listening to? I go all day. Look at Flatliners, Alexis on Fire, the new Terror album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ging has his new band, the female singer, Power Alone.
Have
Pretty
you ever heard
good.
of a band called Priebus?
No.
Okay, I actually discovered them through WWE pay-per-view, and they
Yeah,
have
they
an
got
album
some-
called White Noise.
Okay.
And I just love their stuff. It's a little bit more mellow,
Alright.
but she's got a very similar voice to the lead singer of Paramore. I really
Oh,
like
sweet.
that high pitch to low pitch stuff. So if you ever get a chance, check them
Nice.
out.
And
They're
I'm-
really good.
Nice. I also all listen to like Outrun style music, like new wave. In the band right now, they put up an album, Marvel '83.
Yes.
Yeah, just nice, like barely any lyrics, just nighttime drive music.
Oh, just
you know,
kinda
like
vibing.
like the movie Drive.
Oh, nice.
All that stuff, like I love that vibe of music to the point where you go do like Carpenter Brute, when it's as intense as that. You listen to Carpenter
you ever
Brute?
find if you're driving, let's say you're driving a dirt road, it's
Yeah.
like 3 a.m,
Yeah.
and a song hits that kind of gets you that anxiety kind of running, and all of a sudden you start picturing that you're seeing things that you're not seeing. That's happened to me a few times.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What are you listening to?
Well, you know what? I like. I'm a big fan of. Like I like the old school stuff, like the '90s stuff. So I'm a big fan of Bush X. I'm a big fan of Three Doors Down. So, but they have a lot of like hard guitar riffs. Sometimes it gets the blood pumping, and I'll sit there and I'll be like, "Fuck! I swear I saw headlights behind me like 3 seconds ago." So now I'm just trying to get to a place that's well lit, so I can get the hell out of wherever
Where's
I'm going.
that? Where's that road? It's the whole story behind the road. It's like a side, like whatever. You know. Like
Yes,
a side
I know
road
the one you're
with
talking
with
about.
The girl.
Yes.
But her tombstone's there or something.
Yeah, her tombstone's there
But
because
if
it was like
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's like you take that at night, and apparently you ride on that,
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
a really creepy one. right?
On night, yeah. Well, I would probably do shrooms or weed before I did it for
I
sure.
will just watch you do it.
You'll watch me do it and laugh your ass off.
I'll probably be scared too. I don't know. It sounds terrifying, right? I love stuff like that.
What is a couple more questions and
No
I'll let you
problem,
go.
no problem.
What is the goal for Stratos Fear for the rest of this year in terms of your wrestling career?
Well, it goes back to what you're saying about like coming back out of a pandemic. More shows, getting in that. I do have a good amount of bookings. Like even just this summer, I've looked. I was like, oh shit, I haven't had that in a long time. Get back into the States because I was getting pretty regular there, and just go from there. I take it one weekend at a
booking at
time,
a
one
time.
booking at a time.
Absolutely.
But like I said, I looked. I was like, oh, this summer's gonna be not bad. Some new territory, some old territory that I haven't been in a while. So just keep going from there. I'm an old man. No one knows that. I'm an old
Really?
man.
Dude, you look
old are you?
fantastic. I'm 38.
okay, we're in the same boat.
Yeah, that's why we know
wrestling at this
CTB.
age. Yeah,
That's why we know CTB.
that's the thing, right? The people, I like that. I appreciate it. Like, oh, yeah, I'm like, I'm almost pushing 40.
dude.
it's like, I hate
Listen,
to be
if
a
I
wuss.
shave this off, though, I'll look 12.
Same.
Right, you got
I
the
had to do
baby
that for the
face thing
zombie
going on.
wrestling. I did, and everyone's like, I was like, oh, God, I hate it. So, I get it. But I do get like the still like, oh, I thought you were like in your like 20s. So I was like, thank you. Like, I'm like hugging the person. I'm like, wow. So it's nice, but
Well, you see, I got
my
the
body.
dad hairline, right? I got
Same.
the dad hairline.
It's coming. I mean, I got a tan line now.
Yeah,
Because I'm an idiot and I
don't
keep
tan,
wearing my
I'm half
hat.
Scottish, so I just go red and then I just burn. After that, it just scabs and
Yeah.
I go back to being pasty.
Well, I'm like half Greek and half Polish, so I get burned from the
Okay.
Polish side. Easy. It has to be.
Polish
Yeah.
side. So then you're adverse to Polish food as well. See, my wife is half Polish, half
yeah.
Italian.
What are we eating?
And she makes the most fantastic pierogies.
I make
love
pierogies,
them.
too.
I love them.
I make pierogies.
Yeah, just
That's great.
boiled, and
Yeah.
we
Oh,
do
you
it
do the
up
boil?
like.
I do a little fry after. A little
Yeah,
sauteed onion.
she does-
But nothing crazy, like
Nothing
beef,
crazy.
bacon. I don't need that. Like, I like bacon, but I don't want it.
No,
So
she
just a
does.
little-
She does add the onions and the bacon, but only a sparse amount of bacon, just to give it that little bit of
Sauté.
crunch.
Love
Little
it.
crunch.
Love it. Yeah, Polish food. I'm forbidden to be, at some point, just a balloon from Greek food and Polish food. Like, it's just one day it's just going to make me grow this way, and that's it.
That's okay.
And
I
that's
can
what I'm
help
gonna
you
do.
with that. I know how to
I
grow
know.
this way. I do know
Oh,
how to
no.
grow this way.
I'm eating a lot of good food. Pierogies with tzatziki. That's my gimmick.
Yo.
I'm half-half.
You know.
You got to do that.
You got to come over for dinner then. Got to get the wife to cook it for you. All right, my final question. Actually, it's not a question. It's more of a request.
Sure.
Now that I'm doing these interviews in public, I have always wanted to, every time I've been around a wrestler, I've wanted to ask them to do something to me in terms of either a chop
Okay.
or a headlock or whatever you feel. Mark Wheeler did a chop for me, but he didn't have that. I still got the red mark, but I'm okay.
We're going to do this.
Okay.
We're going to break your finger.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right, you get the mic to it because it's going to snap it. You okay?
Yeah.
You put it back. You good? Yeah.
That was
take it
amazing.
off. There you
That
go.
was,
There you
it
go.
felt
There you go.
it felt weirdly
okay.
it weirdly satisfying.
There you go, yeah.
Very very satisfying.
That's it.
And now we're gonna play a game. The game is very simple. I'm gonna give you two options. Without thinking, you just answer the first one that comes to your mind.
Sure.
So, for example, Apple or Android. That would be one of the questions. Apple.
Oh, apple orange. I was like, what?
Apple or Android?
Apple.
There you
Apple,
go.
Apple.
So that's the game. So I'm just gonna throw out two random
problem.
things.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay, Polish food or Greek food?
You can't do that.
I absolutely can.
Greek food.
Okay.
Greek food. Greek food. Sorry,
Late night drives or early morning drives?
Ooh, late night drives.
If you're somewhere where there's a greasy spoon and you can't get the Greek food, but you can only get pizza or burgers,
Ooh, pizza.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, it's honest.
It's,
And now one that I think is really hard: peppermint gum or regular old school bubble gum flavored bubble gum.
bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Hubba Bubba. Or
Yeah,
like
like
a Double Bubba,
the one that
Bazooka
lasts 12
Joe.
seconds.
Yeah.
12 seconds and
So
then
you
it's
pop
gone.
it in,
Yeah.
Or chews.
Oh,
I know that's
yeah.
not the same flavor, but like
Yeah.
that's sour. And
Yeah,
you
the
go with
high
that
chew.
bubble.
Yeah, yeah.
Not high chew, just chews. The
Chews.
ones that are like
Oh yes.
crushed up like bits, and they're like these little pellets.
This conversation right now reminds me of that line from Family Guy. You know what I haven't had in a while? Big League Chew.
Yeah.
I haven't had Big League Chew in a while.
Probably get it here. You
I
see
probably-
it?
yes, yeah, they have
Get
a
some
crazy
chews
candy
and Big
store.
League Chew and have a whole fest.
We'll have to go gum it up later for sure.
Let's do it.
Stratos Fear, thank you so much for being on Straight Talk Wrestling,
Hey,
man.
it
I
was a pleasure.
appreciate you.
It was a pleasure.
And we'll get back at it again. Guys, more here from the live event at Gotham Central 10-year anniversary, so stay tuned. Peace, love, and wrestling. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to tune in next week for another great episode on all available podcast platforms and hosted on Podbean. Also, check us out on YouTube at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Instagram at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Facebook at Straight Talk Wrestling, and on Twitter at _Straight Talk. And if you feel the need to buy some sweet merch, check us out on ProWrestlingTees.com.
Leaving the scene with no trace, not in my league. You out of place. I'm not at the top. I'm